U.S. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos reportedly submitted her resignation to President Donald Trump Thursday night, citing the impact his rhetoric had on riots that culminated with an attack on the Capitol a day earlier. The Wall Street Journal first reported that DeVos, a Michigan native and former chair of the state's Republican Party, told Trump the Capitol riots were an inflection point for her. DeVos is the second member of Trump's cabinet to resign over the president's response to protesters who breached the Capitol to prevent the certification of the Electoral College vote. According to the Associated Press, DeVos blamed Trump for inflaming tensions in the violent assault in Washington, D.C., which led to the death of 4 people. The New York Times published a copy of the letter, in which DeVos celebrated her role in the president's administration, but said the country is left to clean up the mess caused by violent protesters. That behavior was unconscionable for our country, DeVos wrote. There is no mistaking the impact your rhetoric had on the situation, and it is the inflection point for me. Impressionable children are watching all of this, and they are learning from us. I believe we each have a moral obligation to exercise good judgment and model the behavior we hope they would emulate. They must know from us that America is greater than what transpired yesterday. Reflecting on her term, DeVos said, "History will show we were correct supporting the reopening of schools during the COVID-19 pandemic." She also blamed union bosses who control so much of the traditional system for denying children access to education. DeVos was a polarizing figure in the Trump administration due to her work to change federal guidelines advising college campuses on how to handle sexual assault allegations and support for school privatization. In her farewell letter to Congress, sent earlier this week, DeVos urged legislators to support school choice and prevent the incoming Biden administration from reversing her regulations. The stakes for America's students have never been higher than they are today, DeVos said in the January 5 letter. The decisions you make in the coming days, months, and years will determine a lot about the opportunities our children will get as they pursue their American dream,